My name is Brett Vottero. I'm running for district attorney because I believe I have the experience, the skill, and the commitment to make a real difference in the crime problem in our county.
I first became familiar with Brett in my capacity, in my position of working in the courtroom and observing him conducting trials. Unfortunately, my family experienced a tragedy in 1994 where
our father and stepmother were murdered by an arson-related fire.
At that time, I had requested that Brett be the prosecutor on the case because I knew of his skill as a district attorney.
In Hampden County, we had unprecedented success because we formed a team between fire, police, and the prosecutor's office. We worked directly hand in hand with Brett Vottero, and there is no person or prosecutor I've ever worked with that I would prefer prosecute my cases than him.
He had a very strong conviction not just to follow what he needed to do for a job, but to make sure to follow the rules and the laws in order to protect the community.
A couple of my family members had to take the stand. Hearing them go back to the night of the fire was very painful for all of us. We had confidence, and we believed in them.
I'm a pretty average teenage girl. I like to shop, I like to watch TV and movies, and I like to hang out with friends. Well, when I was 13, my father was murdered, and he worked his murder case, and I saw him as my hero, someone who was defending me and my family and my father.
Had to understand that the fellow that was being prosecuted admitted that they were on their way to buy drugs. My son-in-law was a drug and alcohol counselor. It's so ironic that he's the one that, that wound up being killed. They had a brand new baby, and we had the church set up to do his christening. We already booked the church, and we wound up doing his father's funeral, that day. That was probably one of the hardest things for me to take as a father, grandfather. The way this was handled by Brett, I really admired everything that he did.
As district attorney, you have to have the belief, the commitment that you can actually make a difference in the quality of life in the community. And so for 25 years, I've watched policy and initiative and effort take place. I know that we can do better. It requires a constancy of effort, a commitment to achieving a particular result. We know we have this incredible problem with drug use, and yet we're not focused on drug use. We spend our resources on street-level drug dealers. If we focus on drug use, if we focus on keeping kids in school, we can reduce the flow of cases coming in, and we can give prosecutors the time to handle the cases that are most important, the violent and repeat offenders that most threaten our safety.
I think Brett has demonstrated he's a man of principles, and he follows his principles, and that speaks volumes of his integrity, I believe.
Integrity, loyalty.
He understands people, he understands what needs to get done, he understands there needs to be a stronger police force. He's very motivated. He's not about politics.
you see an awful lot go on down the courthouse in the position that I sit in. And there are some fine attorneys, but in my opinion, nobody measures up. I think Brett Vottero is absolutely the most qualified attorney. And just as he was the one that I wanted prosecuting our family case, he's the one that I want to see as our next district attorney.
Brett Vottero is among the most competent, dedicated, and ethical prosecutors I've ever worked with.
Give me 4 years as your DA, and you'll never again wonder who the district attorney is and why it matters to you.